And thus ends the everyday festivities of the Boysenberry Festival for 2024. KNOTT switches back to off-season mode for the weekdays now, Monday through Thursday. However, the weekends are still special days. As we inch just a little bit closer and closer to summer, you can feel a slight change in the atmosphere a little bit around here. There's a lot more work going on at the island and a lot more work going on in Soak City here. Case in point, they're already out here doing stuff.
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go.
I also noticed there's something going on inside the chapel as well. There's cars parked out front, and the doors are open. So I don't know if they're still trying to figure out what they're gonna do with that thing, but who knows. For now though, we're back in the quiet area as we creep a little bit closer and closer to getting Soak City back open again and the start of Ghost Town Alive and Summer Nights. I was looking at the app to try to find out which actual day, because I forgot what day Soak City actually opened, and I noticed that it doesn't even show on the app which day that park opens, but on the desktop version of the KNOTT's website, it does show May 31st. So Memorial Day weekend, I think that's Memorial Day weekend.
Wrong!
Anyway, May 31st is the day I believe Soak City opens. So we have a little less than 2 months before we get water slides again. Until then, let's enjoy the peaceful times, perhaps the last of the peaceful times of 2024 at Knott's Berry Farm. All right, so they are letting people into the park at 9:30 to hang out in the front like they usually do. However, they are not opening Ghost Rider until 10 a.m. So they just did the national anthem and they just opened the ride now. So that's where most people are going. I, however, will not be starting my morning off with Ghost Rider. I need a burrito.
I like to make it in my mouth. It tastes better.
Such a different atmosphere in the off season. I love it so much. It has its own different type of charm. Days like this, bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
I keep getting reminded that Spurs was going to be something else eventually, and then they stopped the whole renovation for Scary Farm. So are they going to reopen Spurs or what? What's going on? Come on, give me that chop house. And there's just so much room here.
So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
Still waiting on word to see what happens with the Mystery Lodge. Obviously Grimoire is still back there, so they're not getting rid of it, but I'd love to see something happen here. Like during normal park hours someday. That would be friggin' awesome to bring something back here. Uh-oh, they got the ponies shuttered up in the back of the park here. Maybe not running today. I don't even see anybody up on the loading ramp or anything. Maybe they're just shutting it down for a couple weeks or something, a week or so. Maybe until the weekend, shut it down, give it a rest. Those ponies can only run so much. I have the animatronics and the sounds running, but no water yet. Because there's no water makes you wonder, where did the bear get that fish? Roaring 20s? More like boring 20s, am I right? At least it's not chaos in there, so nobody's gonna get really too hurt. So that's good. And obviously, because they don't have the Boysenberry Festival running Mondays through Thursdays anymore, nothing's gonna be happening on this stage until Friday. Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays is when they're gonna be having their Knott's Preserve show and the Boysenberry pie eating contests. So those are weekends only now, just like the rest of the Boysenberry festivities. As for the log ride, still down. I could definitely use a little splash in the face right now. It's warm out here. It's cold, but it's warm. It's chilly, but in the sun, it's nice.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Anyway, I would expect soon for this. And by soon, I mean within the next week or two. Oh, there's a little morning surprise. I didn't expect them to have 340 taken out of the garage and put 41 back in. Are they going to actually, are they going to prep it to get it ready to go? I heard that they were actually sending 340 back to Colorado, and they were going to run 41 for the summer. I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of what it looks like. I think they just have 340 just sitting in the sun, just getting the last of the California sun before he takes a long trip over the Rockies, right? Either way, I don't think either train is running today. They're just they're shutting it down for maintenance and making sure, again, it's going to be ready for summer nights. This poor ride just seems like it gets no love back here in the back corner of Fiesta Village. It's been closed for a while now, basically since the start of Boysenberry Festival, I think. Maybe even beyond that. And don't think they've been doing anything with it. They ripped the doors off, and it's just been sitting there for weeks now. I don't know what the plan is with this ride, but hopefully they get it figured out soon. I see some WD-40 up there next to a bottle of water. But this ride's fun during summer nights, so I hope they get it figured out. I hate to see this just kind of get lost by the wayside. Looks like Revolution's taking a break too. They got maintenance over here working on some of the seats. I don't know if they're going to reopen this. It looks like they're probably going to reopen this today because they've got ops guys there. But yeah, Fiesta Village kind of limping along today. But I guess this, again, these are the days to do these kind of things. Oh, what a difference a day makes. It was much different yesterday here. You know, I actually have a bone to pick with KNOTT about this.
You know what really grinds my gears?
It seems like every time I come here and I get footage about updates and stuff that they're doing about about construction updates and things like that, it seems like they make major moves like the day after I come, and that seems to be kind of a growing trend with this place. I'm not gonna fault them for it. They don't know that. That's probably a little narcissistic to think that it has anything to do with me, but you know, that's just something that kind of upset me a little bit. Anyway, Tender Paw has gone vertical, and I think they started doing this on Friday. And it seems like they've kind of gotten a lot done over the weekend. We saw these pieces get moved in here over to the La Palmas section when we visited last week, and they wasted no time getting them up and going. So this is where they are now. They are still kind of moving along. There's a lot of lumber back there, and they still, you know, have to, there's quite a bit of concrete and stuff that they have to lay, but for the most part, this is going up fast. This will probably be, like, at least this part, maybe we might be seeing track here within the next couple weeks, and possibly the entirety of the track being laid and finished, and then moving on to the little launch ramp, the little launch bay, by probably early May.
Nailed it.
But this is moving at the speed of light over here. And for Huff and Puff, it's kind of the same can be said there. They're dedicating a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of manpower to getting this done too. I know this is kind of a hefty endeavor here to get the new track laid and the pathway and everything like that, but they've been digging back there for weeks now. So there's still a lot going on there too. But it's looking nice. And I'm glad they kept a lot of the trees. So there is going to be shade there. Then we get to the part of the park where I didn't really expect to see much, and it's not letting me down. I don't know what I'm assuming that they're waiting for the actual supplies to get this rail laid down, and everything else will probably stay the same, with maybe the exception of the bridge in the back. This may as well be an afterthought. This is going to be a quick fix. Throw up the airmail, throw up the op station probably right there where they have those little power lines sticking out of the ground, and maybe put airmail up against the wall here, right? Easy peas, and then you can run the queue back to back with the queue for the Red Baron, Snoopy's flying ace. The theater continues to still get hefty amounts of manpower also. They are still digging. Looks like they're laying the rebar and setting the posts so that they can lay the concrete. It's only a matter of time now, I think, right, before they start laying this concrete.
Just a matter of time, I suppose.
And then once they get that, then they can put the benches in. And then once they get the benches in, then maybe they start on the stage, right? And then the stage would be like the last thing that they do, maybe. But this one is moving just as steady as Tender Paw and Huff and Puff. Or not Huff and, it's not called Huff and Puff. I know I keep calling it that, and that's because I don't remember the new name.
Say my name.
I made my first loop around the park. This ride was completely empty. Now it's flooding over. It's almost to the switchbacks. It's almost in dangerous territory now. Careful, mine ride. All right, just got off the stagecoach. I'm gonna give you guys a little piece of information. If you do get a chance, I rode the stagecoach today with Adventures with David and with American Coaster Network, Chris from there. And it was Chris's first time up on top of the stagecoach, up in the front. And so I was up there with him, and he shot the whole thing. So if you want to get like his genuine reaction and watch how excited he was to do that, that kind of made my whole day. Was watching his reaction while we were going on the stagecoach. It's. I always enjoy watching other people having a good time, whether it's my own kids or friends or acquaintances or just people I meet in passing, whatever. I love happiness. What a day at the farm, huh? It was nice to kind of, it seemed like we almost had the place to ourselves for a little bit. Some of the rides closed down, you know, the off-season refurbishments and all that jazz. But Camp Snoopy, they're whizzing through like madmen, and the rest of the park is putting along like it always does. I cannot wait till summer gets here. I'm not even a summer guy. I don't really like summer all that much. I'm not a fan of the heat or the sun. But for real, I cannot wait till Soak City opens up again and we get to see Ghost Town alive again. It's by far one of my favorite things to do of the entire year. Speaking of favorite things to do, time to head back over and get the kids from school and ready for Taekwondo. Catch you all on the flippity flop.